Fans look forward to games like this every season. Teams riding momentum, coming in a clash for national supremacy and trying to make a statement as we get close to the playoffs. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Tigers have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Ohio State's offense will have the first possession of the game. And Jesse, if there is an old warhorse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point, and there is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low, and so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
They'll line up for a second down play. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. To the air on first down. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Back to pass. He's got him. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Just outside the red zone. If they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the pressure. He's got his man, makes the grab. They get him down with this offensive setup, first and goal from the 9. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looking to throw again. Lets it fly. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
How about this defense? Coming out, you know you've got a challenge on your hand, and you're talking about coming out ready, hair's on fire, ready to play. You can tell, dropping back, great coverage. They know this guy's great. They know he can spin it. They're sitting on the coverage, waiting on it. They win the first check early. Give the defense some credit. They were ready for this great quarterback.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give out of the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Smith dropping to pass. Fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Wants to throw on first down. Flips it out on the screen. Turning it on. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here's a hit. Gets it to him on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Shotgun snap on third down. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man on the right. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. Smith wants to throw. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Leaves it with the running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows them. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. They were trying to get the screen set up, but it just took a little too long to develop.
Yeah, and the quarterback's supposed to, invite those guys to run upfield on a screen pass, but they got to him so fast he couldn't get rid of the football, and they got the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. 3rd and long, and the defense dialed up. Heat, and more heat.
And I love that. I love being aggressive on 3rd and long. I want the ball out of the quarterback's hands. I want to find a way to play man coverage on the outside. I want to make it very uncomfortable for you. I don't want to give you time, and the defense did just that.
The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Got a man. It's Proctor. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Receiver comes in motion. Smith dropping to pass. Dangerous screen into traffic. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. check down would be the last resort. Finds his man. It's Proctor. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Finds his big tight end. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Wants to throw again. Quickly to the tight end. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? He's looking downfield to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
If I'm a play caller right here, I'm a little bit frustrated. And I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Setting up the screen. Nice move there. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Smith wants to throw. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Connor. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. Trying to escape and get it himself. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The 8th play of the drive coming. You'd hate to settle for a field goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Illinois answered the bell away from Champaign today with an impressive victory. The Fighting Illini knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They'll try the run. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Trying play action. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Smith dropping to pass. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his big tight end. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. And off from the shotgun. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Fires it down the seam. Makes the grab on the right. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The play action fake. He's got his man. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Firing to the right, complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Never a doubt. The lead now 6 here in the second.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They are searching for any type of answer they can find, down 6-0. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Smith wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down to the 40. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Lofts one high and deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the tailback. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Going to sling it on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here comes the heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Smith dropping to pass. Hauls it in. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. back to pass. It's complete to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense up. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple of times and they've been sacked a couple of times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. He'll do it himself. He'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Second down coming up. Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Looking to throw. Bring in the heat. They'll run the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Smith wants to throw. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
It'll be a draw and some room to work. Got the first down and more. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. To the air on first down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Working the big fella downfield and outside.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. He's got it on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Third down. Red zone play. Crowd alive. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. It's fourth down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Smith dropping to pass. He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. These fans raising the volume on 2nd. And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown LSU! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Michigan State made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road win. And a victory like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Spartans.
Spins away from the defender. Got enough for the first down and wants more.
All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. To the ground with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Dumps it off in the flats. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the grab. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Power football with the run. Makes a man miss. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. To the air on 2nd down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Quickly complete. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The running back has it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And that one will give them the lead. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. The offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They try to pop a run on the draw. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They'll run the sneak for it. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. On the option. Now the pitch. And that one will go and reverse the defense all over that pitch on the option. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Flips it out in the flat. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt teams 6th time tonight. Catches it at the 15. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They go to the ground. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. Wants to throw on 1st down. Punts it out of the air.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out.
Oh, he's got some space. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fakes the grab on the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll make it a 2-score game at 16-7.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kid, nice job.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Smith wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Proctor. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. 1 more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Proctor. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds. Caught near the sticks. It's Proctor. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He'll pull it on the read.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Caught close to the marker, it's Proctor. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains, it's first down at the 27. Smith dropping to pass. Caught.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Wants to keep it in the air. Touchdown, Tigers! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. They'll go to the ground. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The RPO fired complete to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Snagged out of the air. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Working that left side now. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Got his man on the outside. They just can't seem to cover this guy. He keeps getting open, even when he's running out of space on the sideline.
Yeah, running out of space, they're still going to feature him. They see the matchup, and look at the balance and the coordination and just knowing where I'm out on the field to get the feet inbounds and secure the catch. What a play and what a day for this young man.
Off the play fake on first down. They're working that left side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Now the play fake. Guy makes the catch. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Breaks in the... Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the 4th. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
Smith wants to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And, guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. He'll take a shot. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Smith dropping to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
The Tigers will hustle to the line. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. Wants to fire on second down. Finds the tight end. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. He's got the tight end. And fire the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Sets up the screen. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Back to pass. Pressure coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Smith wants to throw. Into the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hold on just a minute. We might have a finish here.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So it's an 80-yard drive. Time is of the essence. Just under a minute to go as they line up for the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Give to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big way.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Smith dropping to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff, because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.